All right, hey everybody. I've been putting this off because I don't like to record myself, but I miss you guys. I miss being at the detention center. I know that sounds crazy for those of you who are probably aching to get out, but being here at home with my kiddos makes me really miss teenagers. To start out, I always like to start with a check-in. How you doing? For me, it's been something. It's nice being home with the kids, reading, all of that. The roofers have been here, loud, pounding everything. Dogs are insane, chasing after the kids. That's what's happening here. But on a good note, I went to the store today and there was toilet paper. So that's kind of amazing. We were down to 5 rolls. It was getting bad. It's getting really bad. I don't know what it's like for you guys in there right now, how much you're hearing about all of this, but it's weird. It's definitely weird. It feels like a whole different kind of world, but I thought I'd share a little science something with you. So I did a little bit of research and I thought, what's the thing on my mind right now? The virus. The virus is on my mind right now. So I thought I'd share a little bit with you about viruses. Also, I know it sounds weird or looks weird maybe. I'm outside because it's loud in my house and I can't record in there. Anyway, so where did viruses come from? Obviously, science is one of those funny things where they don't all agree on everything. So there are some different ideas, but the first thing you'd want to know is it even alive? So scientists can't even agree on that. Whether or not a virus is alive. But it's had a big impact on life. It's had a big impact on life here on Earth. And even though they're like so tiny, so minuscule, so indescribably small that it makes it difficult to even understand them or see them. Sorry, I'm getting texts. Because they're so small, they're almost impossible to find in the fossil record. The only way that you can actually see viruses in the fossil record is to actually look through the genome, the genes that we carry, the genes that other animals carry, that plants carry. You can actually see little remnants of viruses left behind, because after viruses do what they're going to do and leave our body, they leave a little bit of themselves behind often. And so those are the remnants that scientists can study to figure out what viruses looked like before, what viruses have done to animals and other life here on Earth. And it also helps us to understand what impact they have on life. But the funny thing about viruses is that they can't actually replicate on their own. They don't duplicate on their own. They can't make their own energy. They can't maintain homeostasis, if you remember that, you know, maintaining body functions on their own. They actually need a host to do that. And so that makes scientists wonder, can we call them alive? So some of the different ideas that scientists have is the virus model, the virus first model. The virus first model is basically, scientists believe that viruses actually came before other life forms, and because they're so simple, that's what makes them think that they came first. They were super simple. Some of them evolved over time and became more complex and evolved into cells. There's a different idea called the virus escape model, which is that a little piece of DNA, a little cell, wrapped itself up in some protein and escaped at some point from a cell or from a living host. And that's how viruses were formed. There's a third model, which is a little bit more complicated. It's basically that they were gigantic in the past and changed over time. They used to be like cells, but changing over time became more parasitic. It's a little bit more complicated, but I mean, I guess this is kind of it. I don't want to go on too much, but Viruses are so small, they're so fragile, they need human hosts, they need animal hosts, they need plant hosts, whatever other living thing in order to survive, in order to survive, in order to live. This is terrible. I'm so sorry. Because viruses are so simple, they're able to infect every living thing on Earth. Now, that's not to say that every virus can infect every living thing, but every living thing can be infected by some type of virus. On that really uplifting note, I just want to share with you that that's one of the great things about science, is that we can understand. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay. I got on the Earth, we can discover and describe our lived experiences and the experiences of things that came before us. And although we don't have all the answers, there's still more to discover. And that's all. I hope you're all well. If you have any questions, share them with someone who can email me or text me or Facebook me, and maybe I'll have something else to share with you. Be well.